Oh, hey everybody! This week on Ask Kristen, it's time for a little bit of Clitoris 101. So this week's Ask Kristen question is coming from someone who would like to remain anonymous and has a clitoral conundrum. To summarize Anonymous's issue, she says that she recently became sexually active with a female partner, and before that, she masturbated and knew that it took her a little while to reach an orgasm, but now that she's having partnered sex, it is zero zilch nada in the ozone. It's not a lack of attraction, libido, feeling like something is wrong or broken in her for being sexually active at this point. She says, I apparently have a very small clitoris, which according to the articles above might be why it's so hard for me to orgasm. Even though I'm very sex positive and don't feel guilt or shame about being sexually active, I still feel upset, frustrated, angry, and stressed out. First of all, Anonymous, I want to reassure you that you are by no means alone. Studies and surveys examining the frequency of women orgasming purely through vaginal penetration range between 30 and 40%. Statistically, lesbian partners do tend to enjoy more orgasms. Apparently, this is what I think an orgasm looks like. A 2014 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that 25% of lesbians don't have an orgasm every time they have sex. You are totes normal. We might as well just rename this segment from Ask Crispin. Hi, welcome to Ask Crispin, aka Totes Normal. Where am I? Oh God, it's Freaky Friday, and I've traded bodies with someone named Crispin. Is it Crispin Glover? Oh God. Number 2, Anonymous, your clitoris isn't too small. Those 8,000 nerve endings in the glands, which is the visible part of your clitoris, yeah, they can still fit in a really teeny tiny space. And at this point, Anonymous is saying, but what about that study, which was widely disseminated across the internet, which found a relationship between small clitorises and anorgasmia, an inability to have an orgasm. That study was based on but 30 women, mostly white, self-reporting about their orgasm frequency. The study author for that small clitoris study said, we don't know entirely what this correlation or relationship between two variables means. We just know that it's there and maybe it's a possibility, and you're really gonna take and apply it to Finally, number 3, which is important for everybody watching, whether you have a vagina or not. When it comes to what our vulvas, and more specifically our clitorises, look like, normal is non-existent. In 2005, the very first study looking at a large study sample in an attempt to establish what normal might mean in terms of vulval and clitoral dimensions concluded that, quote, women vary widely in genital dimensions. That's as close as these researchers could come to establishing normal. Also, the sizes of our clitorises are constantly in flux. When you're aroused, it doubles in size. By the time we're in our 60s, it has grown 7 times the size it was during puberty. There is a whole clitoral complex that we cannot see with the naked eye that consists of anywhere from 3.5 to 5 inches of erectile tissue. I think when it comes to these negative emotions and anxieties that Anonymous has been experiencing, some of it likely stems from the miseducation that many of us have received regarding our own anatomy, not really knowing whether what we have is sufficient or sexy or normal. One final study finding that I want to drop, which is very relevant to Anonymous's issue. Our genital self-esteem is very influential on our sexual satisfaction. If we go into any kind of sexual activity just assuming that something is wrong with us and something is going to be wrong, probably not going to go well. Now, dear viewers, I want to know if you have ever grappled with any size anxieties like this, whether we're talking about vaginas or penises. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks to everybody who watched and commented on last week's Ask Kristen video, Men Who Don't Want Kids. Jeremy Cantrell offered some advice. Just chill for a few years. Once you hit 30, nearly every woman you meet that doesn't already have kids doesn't want them. You will be seen as a light in the dark for women who have already dealt with jerks that tried to pressure them into pregnancy. Dominique Thomas said, I know a couple that doesn't want kids and they have a lot of money in a house, and the question they always always get is who will you give all your things when you die to if you don't have kids? And now friends, it's that time. Ask me your questions so I can give you some answers.